Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks. I know it's been half of forever since basically I've done one of these things, and I'm actually using footage that's easily back from, what is it, probably 8.8, maybe even 8.7, just because I've been so busy as of late. I've had, to be honest, Clan Wars campaign that's going on right now. Well, luckily we have a 2-day break right now, that's why I'm recording this right when I can, but, yeah, needless to say, it's been a heck of a busy time with that. I had a change in personal life that I had to deal with, so that took some time away from gaming. And just some other, miscellaneous stuff coming up, work, and just doing other videos and stuff. So I figured I'd come back with a nice little video here, just, showing off some, we'll go with 2 games, I guess, for now. 2 games, that were a little old, but still really good games, and I figured, you know what, I'll talk over top of them, try and clear out some of the inventory of backlog of games that I have going on here that I wanted to show you all. I have about 6 stored up. I kind of stopped storing them for a little bit because I knew I had to run through these. I like how it's so old of a version, I actually do not have the anything showing down below my ammo count or anything like that. But needless to say, this tank is fully loaded with just standard AP. But yeah, so it's funny just how old this version is that you're seeing that it's not even showing me with any ammunition. But yeah, so I mean, speaking of ammunition, something that I've noticed a lot recently with my mod pack that I have running here. I actually built my own mod pack from several other mods that are out there. To get the list of them would be almost impossible. I'll have to probably do that in 8.10 when I build my new mod pack for 8.10. I'll get the whole list of what's being used, but I know the mini-map mod from Eslin, the Jimbos is the reticle. I don't remember who's does the damage counter and the damage panel on the bottom. I don't also remember, I want to say it's Pog's contour mod is the icons, but everything else, I'm kind of at a loss at. I've done a lot of, XVM obviously, I've done a lot of tweaks on my own to the mods that they had. I changed around a few settings in them, made it a little more suitable to my tastes, so on and so forth. Like I said, I'll have to get a full list when I recreate it for the next patch, but if you wanted that mod pack, it's in the description of this video. Man, it's been a while since I recorded this. I kind of forget like what I'm supposed to do or what I'm supposed to say. It's been a while. But yeah, so where should we begin? Yeah. So with this mod pack, I actually have a damage panel that tells me what type of shell I've been hit by. And I've noticed that as of late, a lot of people are throwing premium ammunition. And I mean, while theoretically there's nothing wrong with it, I mean technically it's allowed obviously because it's in the game and it's part of it, and needless to say that, hey, there's some tanks that it's almost required to be throwing premium rounds. But yeah, it's interesting just to see how much premium ammunition is being thrown out there these days. I mean, on average, I'll see at least 2 or 3 hits per game that are different tanks, mind you, that are gold round users. And I mean, yeah, well, it kind of is a little bit frustrating because I view it as a little tarnished in certain tanks. I mean, obviously, like a T69, you kind of have to throw premium rounds. But if you're running like a ISU, you really don't need it. But hey, you kind of have to work that out. I mean, it's all personal preference. If you want to spend your money on premium ammunition and you feel that it's needed to help you play the game, then by all means, I'm not here to say don't do that. That is bad. Blah blah blah. That's up to you to decide if you want to do that. I tend to steer away from it. The only times I only run like a small percentage of premium rounds for when I come up against things that I know that I can't tackle, or the random occasion where I actually have a tank that's kitted out for Clan Wars, in which case you're always using premium ammunition in Clan Wars. But yeah, I accidentally run a premium kit in, or not premium kit, a Clan Wars kit in just standard pub battles, and it's like, well, I guess I don't have an option here. So, it happens. But yeah, so anyway, I've noticed a lot of people throwing premium rounds in pub matches, and something that really detracts from is the fact that it actually reduces a lot of tanks', how should I word this? It takes away from a lot of the tanks' usefulness in some circumstances. Like the main prime example I use is the KV-4. At tier, it's pretty much invincible if people are not throwing premium rounds. Nothing can touch it. It is fantastic. It has a tough time getting penetrated except from the sides of the rear, and even then, it's still not exactly easy. But the advent of the premium rounds in pub matches really reduces that tank's usefulness in pretty much any, very heavily armored tank. It kind of reduces the need to aim at weak spots. It makes it a little more, point, click, shoot, and then that's all there really is to it. It takes away a little bit of skill, but again, it's up for everyone to decide if they need to. I'm willing to admit there's certain tanks that it's required, but, like I said, to each their own. I rarely do it, and that was a nice, beautiful whiff shot right in between the gun and the tank there. See if I can't get around without getting blowed up. Probably gonna get railed by this guy, but I don't remember if I recorded it. Must not have been that bad. There you go. So, where was I? Yeah, premium rounds. Yeah, well, it happens. No big deal. So, I just wanted to comment that I notice a lot of it out there these days, and it's difficult to deal with sometimes if you have a tank that's purpose built to, push out there and take a bunch of hits and deflect a lot, and then you're starting to get these gold rounds that, you really have to pull some tricks out of your hat to counter. That's when it gets a little hectic and hairy, and you have to really reconsider your options as to what you're doing and how to counter that. And it's really hard to counter gold rounds, to be honest with you. I mean, you could fight fire with fire and, premium spam on premium spam, but all in all, I tend to stay away from that. Again, I admit that I run usually 5 premium rounds per tank as an emergency go-to, just in the event that I absolutely must have it for just whatever random circumstance. But still, personal preference is I don't like it. But hey, I'm not going to blame anyone that uses it. Everyone is more than willing to make up their own decision as to what they want to do. And hey, it allows players to, play outside their tier much easier. It allows players to have a little bit more leeway in terms of their game performance and skill, and, just to generally help people out. I mean, it's, again, to each their own. People can have their opinions. You can voice it in here what you think about premium rounds if you use them. My personal opinion, if I had my way with the game, I'd either A, eliminate actually, you don't see me having any gold rounds thrown against me in this match. I guess it's just the lower tier thing. In higher tiers, you start to notice it a lot more. But it's one of those things where if I had my way, I would limit it to be either 5 or 10, probably 10% of your ammunition in a pub match is limited to premium rounds. And then all of it in Clan Wars can be whatever you want, obviously, because Clan Wars is Clan Wars. Clan Wars and tournaments, anything like that, you can use premium all you want. But I'd say in pub matches, it should automatically limit you to 10%. Just, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Again, everyone's entitled to what they want to, believe and do with the ammunition layouts of the game. Obviously, like a 183 is going to benefit a lot more from having the, what do you want to call it, the Hesh round than, say, this tank, the SU-101 from having the APCR round. So I'm going to go ahead and talk over this, and I'll show you guys in the background the, what you want to call them, the scorecards, so that way I'm not, waddling through them and stuff, as I used to do. I kind of want to avoid doing that. I didn't really find that to be the interesting part of these videos. But yeah, so, I mean, if you guys have an opinion about premium rounds, you can go ahead and voice it. If you use it, go ahead and mention it. If you don't use it, you can say that too. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you want to use it. I don't want to detract people from saying don't ever use premium rounds. Premium rounds are for scrub noobs and blah blah blah. Now, I mean, it is what it is. And I mean, when I eventually get to the T6, I mean, I have the T69 unlocked, but when I do end up picking it up, as opposed to letting it just sit there in the need to purchase queue, I'll tell you what, I'll definitely be running premium rounds out of that thing, because I know for a fact the T69 needs to be running premium rounds if it wants to play with its top tier gun. And I mean, it's just a matter of fact sort of thing. And I mean, that's the same thing with the 183. It needs to be thrown the Hesh to be, mostly effective. So, to each their own. Again, I prefer to only keep a 10% loadout of premium rounds for those, if I was playing this thing, I was going up against, let's say, I don't know, an E100 or an E5 or something like that. So at least that way I stand a better chance than throwing AP at it and doing nothing all game long and not really having anywhere else to go. So, again, is what it is. So, guess I'll wrap up my gold ammunition chat there. Hopefully one of these videos will actually show that. I don't know if it was able to detect that in this version, or if it'd have to be a later version of the game to detect that. But anyway, you probably saw that in my Clan Wars videos. Anyway, we will go ahead and jump out of this one and into another here. I don't even know what's next or what the battle's like, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Well, sadly, there was one battle that I wanted to show, but apparently that replay won't work. So I guess I was kind of lucky to get the replay working that I did, because otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to. But look, this battle actually is a current version of the game. So lo and behold, I can actually play this one for you all to see here. Well, I'm not going to argue. It sucks, because that was a good battle. Oh! It was in my SU-12244, which, by the way, I absolutely love that tank. That is like the best Tier 7 ever invented, ever. So if you don't have one, and you're looking for a premium to get, SU-12244. Highly recommend it. Can't recommend it enough. Now, I know that a lot of people want me to do a garage review again, but holy hell, there's a lot of tanks in the garage now. It would take a long time to do, and I'm kind of reluctant. I know that y'all want it, so, I mean, if there really is that much desire for me to do it, maybe I will do it over the Christmas through New Year's break that I get when the office shuts down for a week, because that's something I'll have like all the time to dedicate to it. I can go over them, I can actually have notes to look at, and you know, general stuff like that. So if you guys want, let me know where you want to see this this series head from this point forward. I mean, I will do a garage review if that's what you guys want, but like I said, I'll have to wait till Christmas. So I hope you don't mind waiting until Christmas. Which is only 3 weeks away, and I still need to go Christmas shopping. I have no idea what to get anybody. But hey, you know, it happens. So, where was I? Yeah. So, where do you guys want me to head with this? And then, yeah. So, Clan Wars is kind of taking a little bit of priority, because again, that eats up most of my nights from like, I don't know, 7 o'clock is when basically I start planning, and I get home from work around 5, go to the gym, get home from the gym around 6, eat, or cook and eat and all that jazz. Usually don't end up getting home until about, you know, the settle down time, until about 7, in which case that's when Clan Wars basically starts for the planning process. I need to have already decided where we're landing, because that has to happen well in advance if we're landing, or if we're defending a territory we own, which we've actually been lucky enough to hold land for the last, like, couple weeks. I mean, we've been doing actually surprisingly well. I'm really impressed with how our clan's performing. I mean, it's typically WWPD is not known as a Clan Wars clan, and a lot of people are caught by surprise every time they look at us and are like, who are these guys, and why are they on the map, and why are they doing this, or why are they doing that? Because while we have a bunch of Clan Wars experienced players, we're also just more of a social level clan. Like, you know, the majority of players out there, they're not exactly Clan Wars players. They're, you know, have fun with friends, or just mess around for a couple hours here or there, play the game sorts of things. But I mean, that's all we're really are known for, is just a social level clan. And I mean, it's I think a lot of people are either underestimating us or just don't really care or worry about us, because obviously we aren't, you know, Havoc or Badger or Otter or Queen or any of those big name clans that I know I'm leaving out, you know, several 150 of them that are way better than us. But hey, so yeah, that's monopolizing a lot of our time, and so because of that, I mean, we're really trying to get the fail low, which, I mean, if nothing else, is just going to be like an accomplishment sort of thing. I'm not worried about, you know, getting it and doing anything with it. I just want to have it just to say that, hey, this is what we were able to achieve as a clan, when typically that's not our MO, and we did really good for just what we are and what we're capable of, and that's kind of what I'm going for. And we're actually on schedule to get, what, I'd say at least, I want to say, I don't have the spreadsheet up right now, I had it up with all our placements, but we have what looks currently like 10 to 15 people, quote-unquote, in the money for the fail low. So, I mean, I'd love to get it. I mean, that's something that I've been stressing out and working on, is this Clan Wars thing for the past month now, because of turn 1 and 2. And it's been a lot of work. And I'll give like a recap of Clan Wars once it's all said and done as to what all, I put into it, what's all involved for those who aren't, familiar with the Clan Wars system. Kind of brief you guys on, just how a little time clan like ours had to deal with stuff and what we ran into, and, how we meshed with the big clans and how we worked with some little clans to make our little position in the world a little safer, stuff like that. So I'll give a recap of that once everything is all said and done, and I actually have, time to dedicate to that sort of thing, as I'm running over an Enjoy 2 guy right there. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that's eating up the majority of my time, and I wish that it wasn't so intensive, but it is, and it's a good time. Don't get me wrong, I'm really enjoying it, but I do not understand how clans like Havoc and all them do it on a, what do you want to say, on a, almost 7-day, 30-day a month basis, playing every single night. I don't understand how they could do that. That's, for them to be able to do that, that takes a hell of a lot of dedication, and good on those players that are able to learn all those strats and have all, down all the weak points on tanks and how to manipulate the map in your favor and how to, get the most out of your tanks. That's certainly something out of those clans. Good on them. So, I mean, that's something that we can all wish to aspire to, but for, our little time clan or ragtag little group we don't have a bad group. I mean, we hold our own, and that's about all I can ask for out of these guys, and I enjoy it. It's a good time. So, as I wrap this up with the scorecards underneath, I guess I will leave it off with the whole, if you guys want me to do something or show something in particular, just leave it in the comments below. I do my best to read the comments. Of course, I really only get time to read them while I'm at work, if I have downtime at work. So like during my lunch, whenever I'm sitting there at my desk eating lunch or something. Not usually when I'm working, because obviously they wouldn't like that. But hey, so, yeah, I'm kind of at a loss. I kind of wrapped it up right about there, but I'm not going to wrap it up right there. So yeah, I mean, the Clan Wars has been monopolizing a lot of my time, and then also I've been involved in a lot of hobby stuff as well, and like I said, I had some other personal stuff going on, and, right now it's slated, I don't have too much going on, so I can dedicate a lot more time to these videos and stuff, and I'm enjoying a few other games as well. I got my Xbox One that's eating up a lot of time too. But yeah, so anyway, I guess I won't keep you guys. I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks, and I'm finally back to a little bit of these recordings. Hopefully I can broadcast or record a few more as time goes on, and if Clan Wars allows it. But anyway, guys, thanks again. I really appreciate the support of you guys watching, rating, thumbing up, and if you thumb down, well, thanks, I suppose. If you're going to thumb down, at least tell me why or what I can do to improve. I mean, I can certainly use that more than just a thumb down. If you want to thumb down, fine, just tell me why so I know what to do to improve, to make it better. But everyone else, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the subscribes and everything else, and following me and keeping up with my craziness and my really ridiculous 2 tanks, followed by 7 Days to Die, followed by Terraria, rinse, repeat schedule I've been doing the past couple weeks, months. I've been pumping out almost a video a day for a year now, this whole year. I mean, I've, had a couple day break here and there and everywhere, but by and large, I've uploaded a lot this year, or at least in the past 2 or 3 months. It's been constant, nonstop, all day, every day. But any day. Anyway, I'm eating up your time, guys. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next episode.